Now, we have spoken on this subject quite a few times from the same platform. And when I said that I have no more to add to what the others have said, Ved Kumar insisted that I should say something in the change context. Now, the context being that the announcement has come. And it is sought to be scuttled some way or the other. I think I made that very clear. And the four options that the Andhra people are contemplating. First, let's oppose bifurcation itself. If we can't bring that about, then go for Union Territory of Hyderabad as a demand. Then if we fail, bring a third one and a fourth one also. I don't want to mention about the third one and the fourth one because they have to yet come out with or spell out the articulated third and fourth demands. So I do not want to talk about that. But they have that scheme, they have that plan, and they are conspiring to keep us at bay from achieving Telangana. Now, every day that is lost is a gain for the Andhra people. 46 days have gone by. And where are we today? Nothing has moved forward. Decision is irreversible. What is the onward movement? What is the forward movement? Nothing has happened. Therefore, we keep discussing about it. We keep talking about it. We keep contemplating about it. We keep worrying about it. What if this continues to happen for some more time and then the elections are declared and Telangana takes a back seat and put it on the back burner, as it were. And once the elections are over, there won't be anybody to listen to you. There won't be anybody to take care of the proposal that has come about. It is still not official. Therefore, we have to be on our guard. So in this changed atmosphere, in this changed context, Union Territory is something that cannot be asked by anyone and everyone. It is for the central government to decide whether a particular area can be converted into Union Territory or not. It is under special circumstances that a particular area is converted into Union Territory. Whether be it the Delhi model, or be it the Goa model, or be it the Chandigarh model. Whichever model that you may contemplate, it has to be decided on grounds other than what we are talking about or what the other people are asking about. Just because you ask for Union Territory, it need not be converted into Union Territory. Because I tell you what, if you ask for Union Territory, there are many areas in this country which would have to be converted into Union Territory in the wake of the conversion of Hyderabad as Union Territory. The day you do that, it's not just demands. The grounds for converting Hyderabad into Union Territory are flimsy. I say flimsy because they are based on expressed fears. Our security concerns. What security? Can anyone take away the property that you have amassed here? The people will come and harm us physically. Can that happen? Does it happen anywhere in India? It happens irrespective of whether a place is union territory or a state or not. Therefore, when you put a claim to a particular area, that is Hyderabad or any other area, you cannot invoke extra constitutional or reasons and factors that are extraneous to the constitution. Let me bring to the notice of the friends sitting here that none of the reorganization acts that have come about today since the advent of independence includes the capital city in the act. Formation of Andhra Pradesh state. Hyderabad does not figure. They don't mention Hyderabad. Formation of Andhra state, Kurnool doesn't figure. It is left to the respective government of the day to decide where they would like to have the capital city. If that is the case, why are you trying to impose this burden on us by saying that Hyderabad is going to be the common capital? How will you bring that about constitutionally? Or how are you going to put it in statutory terms without invoking the constitutional provisions? It either has to be a union territory, in which case you don't mention about the capital city. You only talk about union territory, that Hyderabad with these boundaries henceforth will be union territory. The same bill will also include union territory, creation of Andhra Pradesh state or Andhra state, you would call it by any other name, and Telangana state, or call it Hyderabad state. Name is not important. You are going to create two states, then union territory in the same bill, which is going to become an act. But they will not mention about the capital city, that this is going to be the capital city. This is for the first time that you will have to mention that this is going to be the common capital for Andhras as well as Telangana people. Why this albatross around us neck? Why should we be forced to accept Hyderabad as capital city? There is enough development here. Let them have a capital city of their own, the Andhra government, and let Telangana people decide whether they want to be here, or in Adilabad, or in Nizamabad, or in Sangareddy. It is the government which is going to decide. This is what we need to understand, please. This is what we need to understand. If you want special status, special protection, there are provisions in the Constitution. Article 258A, law and order. Because of the fears of attacks on property and persons, if they can be proved beyond doubt that we expect such and such an attack from such and such a quarter, these are the people who are out to attack us, then probably the central government will concede on the basis of the reports of the intelligence department, of the police, of their own political intelligence that is there, and the assessment of the Home Ministry, whether the threat is long-term, short-term, or what type it is. Depending on that, a conditional transfer of this power will be made to the central government by the governor under 258A of the Constitution. But that will be done after the formation of the two states and not before. That is 258A. Otherwise, the only other option is create a union territory. And why union territory? There are no grounds for creating union territory. This is what we have to tell them. But besides that, of course, that Hyderabad is the Dil, heart and all that we all know that. Of course, culture, history, heritage, what is called sentiment, everything is quoted in favor of keeping Hyderabad inside Telangana and as belonging to Telangana people. But this is not the argument that you can put forward before the constitution makers or the lawmakers. You can't go and tell them, sir, for historical reason you have to keep Hyderabad with Telangana people. Then those people also cannot say, since we have developed Hyderabad city, no matter whether there is an element of truth in it or not, it belongs to us. Areas don't belong to people. Hyderabad belongs to Indians, just as Delhi belongs to me. Vijayawada also belongs to me. In the sense that I am an Indian citizen, therefore I can go and settle down anywhere. If there are no other provisions in the constitution to the contrary, like you cannot go to Kashmir and say that I want to buy land here. You can't buy. Just as there was the Mulki system here, that you could not become a student in a governmental institution, educational institution, after 1956, unless you are a Mulki, or obtain a job unless you are a Mulki, or you could not buy land here, agricultural land here, if you are not a Mulki. So these rights were with the Telangana people from 56 till 1974. In 1975, these were removed from us. So what I am trying to say is, by what right can you say? Is there a constitutional right? Is there something that is guaranteed to the Andhra people which would enable them to say that Hyderabad is ours? Nothing. There is no other argument. The only thing that they can say is that we have great fears of an attack on our properties and persons. And that has to be established. That is what they are trying to impress upon. उल्टा चोर कोतवाल बने बोलते ना वैसा ही हमको अटैक करते हैं उधर यहाँ के बोलते भाई साहब अभी ऐसा है अभी ऐसा माहौल है कल क्या होने वाला है इसलिए हमको जो है पहले जो है वो ग्राउंड प्रिपेयर करने का उनको they are trying to build arguments which do not exist on the ground. So they will create a situation, I am telling you. I am also forewarning. They will create a situation, they will attack us and people will not keep quiet. They will counter-attack them. Then they will go. అదే మొగని కొట్టి మొగసాలకి ఎక్కిందని చెప్పేసి మన దగ్గర ప్రావర్ शोहर को मार के जो है कचहरी को गई कहते मेरे को मारे कहते तो ऐसी चीज होने वाला है या हो सकता है दैट इज द रीजन they want the land of the sea. Union territory is not something that the Prime Minister or Sonia Gandhi or anybody else for that matter are willing to concede. But the pressures will mount on them for reasons which are totally different from what are explicitly visible to us. They're not visible to us because this is a lobby. This is a business lobby or an industrial lobby or whatever lobby that you may call. It's a lobby that is most powerful next only to the Ambanis. Next only to the Ambanis. And let me forewarn you, they are trying very hard to win over Modi in their favor. He has already spoken, but he will come out with no uncertain terms saying that let a capital city in Andhra develop on Hyderabad lines, then you form Andhra. This is what they are trying to aim at. This is what they are trying to sort of formulate into a kind of demand and say that without a capital that is as good as Hyderabad, how can Andhra people go? I want to ask, the Chhattisgarh people, when they were part of Madhya Pradesh, when Raipur was made the capital city, or it was decided upon to have Raipur as a capital city, how long did they take? 24 hours. The skeletal staff was moved to Raipur and some officials did not want to go and many officials still remain in Bhopal. They operate from Bhopal. Yes. because they have settled down there. But the government has no problem. But the new Raipur city has come up and people have to move there. People have to move there because if you don't reach your office by 10 o'clock, you will be marked absent, your service will be in jeopardy. Therefore, people have to think twice. They probably, the families may not shift, but the officials may shift. Now here they are trying to say that every single family in Andhra has one family member in Hyderabad. And we have developed such a connection with Hyderabad in the last 57 years. But what about the 350 years that we have had the relationship with this city? No, these are the arguments. So let us look at the ground reality and think about it. See, Union Territory for the time being is ruled out, but the pressures are mounting on them. If she cannot concede us what we are asking for, let her concede what is obtainable under 258A of transfer of the power to control law and order, revenue, land, etc., etc. But whether it will stand the scrutiny of the apex court or the other courts in this country is something that we need to understand, we need to sort of think about and decide accordingly. But all that we can say now is there is only one principle that will go in our favor, that is territoriality. So far, no capital city is situated outside the state. Andhra state cannot have a capital city outside its own boundaries. Outside its own boundaries. It's more than 200 kilometers distance. Now, on what basis can you say that I will have a capital city in Visakhapatnam or Vijayawada? Therefore, I'm trying to say that at the point of becoming irrational, I said Hyderabad is bursting at the seams. It has become unlivable. Leave Hyderabad alone. Hyderabad will remain Hyderabad. But our common capital is going to be Vijayawada. Telangana government will function from Vijayawada. So should Andhra. Then they will come up with the same argument that we are coming up with. How can you say you are never part of Andhra? Then it is so far away from your own place. How does it matter? All the while you have been maintaining the Kami Ekata of Telugu Jati. Telugu brethren. Well, we are Telugu brethren, we will come and develop your Vijayawada. If it is a combined capital, common capital, joint capital, whatever capital that you want to call it by, we will come and develop. And after 10 years, we will quit and come. And we may have our capital city wherever we want to have. We may have two capitals. So this is the crux of the problem. Union territory, if at all it is required for those sensitive security concern areas like the coastal areas where you have the central government properties, like the port areas, the naval headquarters, the Sriharikota, then the proposed nuclear power plants numbering 2. At the present juncture, they number only 2, are all going to be located in the coastal area. So convert that into union territory. This should be our demand. Please go on the offensive. Make Vijayawada the common capital. Say, नहीं, Hyderabad कैसा ले सकते? ये हमारा है, 400 साल का है, ये है, वो है. See, you cannot invoke history and culture to claim something as your own. You cannot invoke similarly property as a basis for claiming a particular area as your own. Both are wrong. There is only one thing, citizenship and territoriality. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Presiding officer of the beautiful subject, please. I never been the speaker here. When I heard the earlier speaker saying something, I was actually disappointed that there is a lot of confusion in the coming decision from the CWC, Congress Working Committee. Anyway, we carry a pin for that. But somehow, I was very much impressed with the speeches here in the dais earlier. I never been wanted to be the speaker here, but that has inspired me to come over here. So friends, the heritage of Hyderabad and the culture of Hyderabad, one thing was left, that is biryani, Hyderabadi biryani. So nobody has said that biryani. So I said, that is the prerequisite for the Hyderabad. And without biryani, there is no Hyderabad. So anyway, in addition to that, Hyderabad has got some more qualities. I don't want to say about violations and the breaking of promises and bundle of injustices done to the Telanganites. I don't go for that. But Hyderabad is the center of attraction for all those citizens. Even take a word, promise. The Hyderabadis, they keep a promise like anything. No violation. Once they promise, they'll implement it. But it's not the case with other areas. It's no criticism, I'm telling you. And here is one instance I wish to tell you. In the assembly, even Mr. Ahmedullah, minister, was speaking. He can't speak even ordinary Urdu here. He's a minister for minority welfare. So a big laughter in the assembly, the floor of the assembly. He could not speak properly. Language, I'm telling you. So with regard, as said by our learned speaker earlier, but he says that the Section 251 of the Constitution is applicable. That has got to be given a thought for that. So, Speaker, I was not in the mood, but anyhow, you have permitted me. I am thankful to you. Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman and dignitaries on the dais and dear friends, at the outset, I am very much sorry that I am too late, but it was necessity because there was a lecture on Hyderabad past, present and future from 7 to 8:15 p.m. Then just I started from Mehdipatnam and coming here. So there was a traffic and raining, whatever is there. First of all, I am thankful to Dr. Ved Kumar Sahab. He called me yesterday evening only. I said that I have already 2 programs. Next time I will come. But he insisted that no, anyhow you come, even if there is no time. So I came here. There is no time to go into details. But anyhow, I congratulate to the Telangana, this forum, for conducting this thoughtful lectures. Because now what is happening, the pro-Telangana people are protagonists of Andhra. All they are not thinking about logically. मैं हमारे ख़ास तौर पर भाइयों से कहना चाहता हूँ कि तेलंगाना का इश्यू, आंध्रा के इश्यू को आप जज्बाती अंदाजे मत लीजिए. इसको इसके हिस्टोरिकल पर्सपेक्टिव में देखिए और ये देखिए कि कौन इसका जो है ना, कौन किसके साथ नाइंसाफ़ी हुई है, किसके साथ जुल्म हुआ है, उसके बाद हम कुछ इंसाफ कर सकेंगे. जैसा कि कहा जा रहा है बार बार कि अब तेलंगाना का साइडलाइन हो गया है. नाउ इट इज़ द क्वेश्चन ऑफ द फ्यूचर ऑफ हैदराबाद. Who will dominate on Hyderabad? And they are saying that we have given high-tech city, we have given over bridges, all these things. But I will show all the details. I have given just one and a half lecture on only the past of Hyderabad. During Asif Jahi period, you know what was the position of the Riyasat Hyderabad. It was the wealthiest state in 500 desi आपके regions. 500 जो देसी रियासतें थी, रजवाड़े थे, उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा दौलतमंद रियासत हैदराबाद दक्कन की थी. इसके पास जो सोर्सेज थे, कितने सोर्सेज थे, यू फील दैट उस्मान अली खान एट द टाइम ही स्टार्टेड उर्दू मीडियम यूनिवर्सिटी, जबकि उर्दू मीडियम का कोई तसव्वुर नहीं था. एंड उन्होंने बुलाया दुनिया भर के लोगों को जो बेहतरीन अंग्रेजी जानते थे, फ्रांसीसी जानते थे, उनको जमा किया, ट्रांसलेशन हुआ, दारुत तर्जुमा ही स्टार्टेड एट उस्मानिया यूनिवर्सिटी एंड ऑल बुक्स हैज बीन ट्रांसलेटेड not only in arts, in social sciences, but in medical sciences. The best example is that Dr. Raj Bahadur Gaud. He was a student of MBBS in Urdu medium. And what name he gained, you know very well. कितनी बड़ी शख्सियत बनी वो उर्दू मीडियम से पढ़कर. तो इस तरीक़े से वो जामिया उस्मानिया यूनिवर्सिटी को उर्दू मीडियम में कायम किया गया. दारुत तर्जुमा हुआ. सालार जंग म्यूजियम. The people are coming to see the Salar Jung Museum, to the Char Minar, to the Makkah Masjid, not to the high-tech city or over bridges, all these things. तो ये जो हमारा पास्ट है ये बहुत ही शानदार हमारा पास्ट है, हमने इसको बहुत कुछ संवारा है हैदराबाद को। और मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ, बिकॉज आई बिलोंग्स टू मिडिल क्लास फैमिली, वी हैव सफर्ड वेरी मच आफ्टर द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश एंड पर्टिकुलर इन दिस 20 years. I am associate professor, my salary is more than 80,000, but I am not able to take one plot at Gachipoli or at Toli Chowki or any place. पूरी उम्र हम गुजार देते हैं अपने बच्चों के लिए, जो है ना एक मकान हम बना नहीं सकते हैं। क्यों? बिकॉज ऑफ दिस आंध्र पीपल, कि इन्होंने ज़मीनों को इस तरीक़े से ख़रीद लिया जिसमें ख़ास तौर पर हमारी औक़ाफ़ी जायदाद है। खुदा उन लोगों को नेक तौफीक दे कि जिन्होंने कौड़ियों के मोल जो है ना औक़ाफ़ी जायदादों को इन आंध्रा वालों के हवाले कर दिया, नाश्ते खाए और उसके बाद उन्होंने एग्रीमेंट किए और उनको जो है इस तरीक़े से उनको दे दिया गया। आज आप जानते हैं कि आपकी ISB, उर्दू यूनिवर्सिटी या जितने आपके एयरपोर्ट, इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट है, ऑल दिस बिलोंग टू द मुस्लिम वक्फ बोर्ड। दिस प्रॉपर्टी इज़ नॉट द गवर्नमेंट प्रॉपर्टी, इट इज़ द प्रॉपर्टी ऑफ द मुस्लिम्स, और वो इस वास्ते दिए गए थे कि मुस्लिम कम्युनिटी के डेवलपमेंट के लिए। फिर उसी तरीके से आप देखिए कि तेलंगाना में, आई बिलोंग्स टू डिस्ट्रिक्ट ऑफ आंध्र प्रदेश यानी आदिलाबाद, and my mother was teacher. There is only 2 or 3 families, but all Hindus were there, but there was no conflict, there was no problem at all, and we live with like brother and sisters. आज बोल रहे हैं कि साहब तेलंगाना बन जाएगा तो बीजेपी आ जाएंगी, बीजेपी आ जाएंगे तो क्या हम लोग खामोश बैठ जाएंगे? हैदराबाद के अवाम जो है ना ताकतवर है, मुकाबला कर सकती है। यू रीड द हिस्ट्री ऑफ हैदराबाद, मेनी रेवोल्यूशंस केम, क्या क्या नहीं हुआ। एंड हैदराबाद वाज नॉट ए स्टे एंड एट एनी टाइम इट वाज नॉट ए टेरिटरी ऑफ ब्रिटिश। कभी अंग्रेज़ों के दौर में नहीं रहे, बड़े बड़े रजवाड़े अंग्रेज़ों के दौर में चले, यानी उनकी ग़ुलामी को कबूल किए, लेकिन हैदराबाद ने कभी ग़ुलामी को कबूल नहीं किया। 1947 में हिंदुस्तान आज़ाद हुआ, उस वक्त भी यहाँ पे एक आज़ाद हुकूमत मौजूद थी। 1948 में पुलिस एक्शन हुआ, वो एक अलग हिस्ट्री है। लेकिन 1956 में भाई यानी साजिश के तहत एक बड़ी कॉन्स्पिरेसी, दे हैव मिंगल्ड ऑल दीज रीजन्स, और उसके बाद यहाँ पे डोमिनेशन हुआ। आप बताइए कि जेंटलमैन एग्रीमेंट का क्या हुआ? कितने उसमें जो है सो डिमांड्स किए गए थे कि ये देंगे हमको, नथिंग हैज हैपन। और उसके बाद के जितने एग्रीमेंट से वक्त नहीं है, क्योंकि मोर डिग्निटीज आर हियर और मुझसे ज़्यादा काबिल लोग हैं ये सब लोग। मैं देर से आकर ज़्यादा बोलने का कायल नहीं हूँ, मैं हमारे वेद कुमार साहब की ख्वाहिश पर मैं यहाँ पर आ गया हूँ, लेकिन किसी मौके पर आई विल गो इन टू डिटेल्स। So what is Hyderabad, what is the past of Hyderabad, what is the present and what is our responsibility. मैं एक आखिरी बात आपसे कहना चाहता हूँ कि जैसा कि मैंने कहा कि आप देख रहे हैं कि हम लोग तेलंगाना के लोग बहुत कुछ मूवमेंट कर लिए, लेकिन आज हैदराबाद को बचाने या हैदराबाद पर कब्जा करने गवर्नमेंट इन्वॉल्व हो गई है। चीफ मिनिस्टर यस्टरडे न्यूज़पेपर आई थिंक यू हैव रेड हिंदू कि अब जो इसका जोग्राफिकल एरिया हो जाने वाला है, वो जो 15 पंचायत को इन्होंने मिला लिया है। व्हाट इज द नीड ऑफ दिस, यानी इसको मिलाने की जरूरत क्या है? यू आर नॉट गिविंग बेसिक फैसिलिटीज टू द हैदराबाद पीपल। हैदराबाद के जो लोग हैं उनको पीने का पानी नहीं मिलता। आई बिलोंग टू ओल्ड सिटी, पुराने शहर में 3 दिन पानी नहीं आता है, 2-2 घंटे लाइट बंद हो जाती है, कोई आपका स्टैंडर्ड स्कूल आपको नहीं मिलेगा पुराने शहर में। लेकिन आप जो ना 35 पंचायतों में आप मिला दे, ऑलरेडी व्हाट इज द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ हैदराबाद, यू नो वेरी वेल, द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ हैदराबाद एट प्रेजेंट 67,31,790. It will go to 71,70,545. This is the Hindu has reported this yesterday's newspaper, you see. और फिर जोग्राफिकल एरिया जो बढ़ जाएगा इतना कि आप देखते हैं कि साहब हार्ट अटैक अगर हुआ तो केयर हॉस्पिटल को आप नहीं आ सकते हैं, इतनी ट्रैफिक है, कई लोग मर जाते हैं हमारे पास पुराने शहर में बिकॉज ऑफ देयर इज, यानी कोई फैसिलिटी नहीं है उनको पहुंचने की, आपके जो है सो मौजूदा मार्केट तक आने